I want to start off with saying I want to thank sweet baby Jesus. May he rest his peace. He's been my Lord and Savior throughout this entire season. After draft day, I did not feel, too confident with myself going into the auto draft. Just was a whole bunch of, nobodies that I knew of. Because was not prepared for this season. 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 Was not prepared for this season.
See that? What was I thinking on draft day? I think on draft day I was pretty confident coming out. Going into it, I really was hoping for round 9-10 pick, which I figured would be possible because the way we did the picks, ended up with 9 or 10. Going into it, I was really hoping to get either Derrick Henry or Julio first round, and got Julio. So I was happy with that. Evidently, in hindsight, I didn't realize his hamstrings were gonna, have the consistency of, a pork loin that had a butcher work it over with a meat tenderizer for 2.5 hours. But what are you gonna do? I was happy with it at the time. Travis Kelce, he was huge this season. Knew he was gonna be huge, and that was a big deal. David Johnson, Melvin Gordon had some pretty boring ones. The other thing, I think the steal of the draft that nobody's gonna give me credit for, which is how it is. I get it, but 8th round, Justin Tucker. Are you kidding me? That was a steal. I think it was at that point I was like, these guys have no idea what the hell they're doing. This is gonna be easy. So coming out of draft day, I was pretty excited, had high hopes, felt like, I could end up being top 3, top 4 scoring teams.
Our draft strategy was a little bit different than in previous years. As many of you know, this last year we had to let our previous coach go. 2018, he won us a championship. He brought McNally's a title, and we will always remember him for the success he had that season. But last season, he could not keep up with the competitive edge of this league. We knew that we had to make some changes here in the front office, and so we brought in a new coaching staff, and with that came the inevitable strategies of the new coach. We're a championship franchise. We have the reputation that speaks for itself to prove that we can win big games, that we can bring home the titles. So we made sure that we brought that mindset into the draft. We want to make sure that we gave our coach a team that could bring home the title.
Hello, Joe. Thank you for taking time out of your day to spend some time with us.
Please call me the 2019 champion. And yeah, no problem. I'm glad to be here today.
Okay, let me go straight into the questions. Number 1, how did you feel after draft day?
I felt amazing. I think I had the best draft ever. Nobody had a better draft than me. Also, I was still on a high from winning the season last year.
Brian or Sam definitely looked like teams that I kind of envied. I looked at them and I thought, man, if I had that team, I could do a lot with that. It didn't really feel like they had too many missing pieces. So those would be the 2 teams that I would say I thought we're going to pretty much have a good chance.
All right, who do I think is going to win? Well, clearly myself, but if I can't pick myself, I think I have to go with Tampa Bay Sucks. I think he made a pretty good draft, picking Dak Prescott. He's going to have a breakout year because he's on a contract year. I think that man's going to pop off.
McNally's has always been a bit wary of the folks over at Not Football Literate. It's one thing to say that you don't know what you're doing, and it's another thing to, season after season, draft a team that puts points on the board and wins games. They're playoff contenders almost every year. Gosh, if they don't make the playoffs this season, it's just going to be a travesty. But, 6-0 at the beginning of the season. I don't think any of us expected what was coming next. But, gosh, I'm pretty sure we all thought they were going to win.
If I was going to pick someone that I knew wouldn't win, it would be Ryan. He's in last place. Just look at his team, it's awful. This is the worst team I've ever seen.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't wait to see his video of him doing that 40-yard dash. I'm just gonna be laughing while I hold the trophy up again.
Talking mad game all season long, especially after last season. But seeing him in his downfall really brings tears to my eyes. You know, nice shot with that win against me this year, but I knew I had it in the bag. You know, couldn't stop me.
What is winning? Is winning, winning out there? Winning the internet? Or is it a bunch of just trolls and people that have no idea what they're talking about? Much like our league, to be honest. Or is winning in here, in our hearts? And honestly, I think I've already won. If we're all being honest with ourselves. I think everybody would say the same thing if you asked them in private. And if they don't, I think they're kidding themselves, to be honest. But I mean, the season awards came out, and I was luckily enough unanimously voted Commissioner of the Year. That is an honor that I just, none of the rest of them will understand. They just won't understand how valuable that is. And I think that if you asked anyone straight up, they would definitely trade the championship for Commissioner of the Year. I don't think there's any question about it. Who do I think could win now? Well, let's go down to 4 teams. So we got Joe, Fred, Brian, and Matt. So I would say when we look at Joe, what has he really done? What's so special about Joe? I don't really think anything special about Joe. You look at his, who did he draft? Who was his great draft pick? Did he have anybody that was first team? Second team? No. Did he have a single week where he was the high score? No. So I think he's kind of coasted. I think he's had it easy, and he's probably fooled himself into thinking that he's got it in the bag. But I think he might coast the first round. He's playing Brian. Let's go to Brian. Brian's gotten stopped the past couple of weeks, so he's had injuries with Christian McCaffrey, and so he's kind of got tough. I think it's been a good year for him so far. I wouldn't expect him to go that much further. So Joe's probably going to coast this first week. No cocky, and he's got but I think the other game's going to be closer. We got Fred and Matt. Fred's very dependent on the Arizona Cardinals, which first half of the season I think most people would be jealous of, but not lately. Definitely expecting Matt to roll over. Matt's been stomping everyone the past few weeks. So I would say the final's probably going to be Matt and Joe. And then Joe's probably going to get steamrolled and have some excuse of, I got the number 1 seed, so I'm happy. No. I think Joe's been in the final, choked before. That's kind of his MO. He won last year, but whatever, blind squirrel strike twice a day, right?
When the commissioner put out a poll to extend the regular season 1 more game, McNally's knew. We knew we had a chance. We took that chance. We won game after game after game after game to put us in a position to bring home this title. Now look, the other teams in this playoff, congrats, you made it. I don't think you're ready for what's coming. 50-point deficit last week on the reigning champion. You better put up some big points, boys, because McNally's is coming. Who do I currently think is going to win? Is that even a question? I mean, come on. It's McNally.
Who do I think is going to win now? Well, clearly, because I'm out, I'm feeling like that it's going to be a championship game between 2019 champions and Fred Freaky Fantasy. And I believe that Fred Freaky Fantasy, this team has got the most momentum coming in, and I think he's going to win it all.
But I'm feeling confident this year with this season. Don't know. It's just wanna, having a good time this year. Seeing me on a 6-game win streak. Can't stop me.
Who would have thought that the championship game would have ultimately been down to the Patriots being so bad that the Bills were able to bench Josh Allen, who I wouldn't have seen that coming from a mile away. It was a close game there. If the Patriots had been competitive that game, we probably would have had a different champion. But, at the end of the day, winner's a winner. Congratulations.
Pulse for Brendan Bean in the front office. As we open up the fourth quarter, here's Allen. Running away from Winovich and throws, able to hit. It's Stephon Diggs, catch number 8. Remember,
so aggressive as a defensive person, and you're trying so hard to play fast that sometimes you make mental errors, and obviously New England made one there.
Beasley hasn't been much of a factor yet tonight. Here's Allen being chased and throwing, and it is caught. 5th consecutive punt by the Patriots from Bailey. Roberts will drift back about his own 13. Flag comes in, trying to find an alley. That'll be 4
times tonight. Hit once.
Josh Allen loves playing on Monday Night Football. We've seen him twice. Barkley, his 6th pass thrown of the season.
I've been in the championship the past 2 years. I'll be in the championship this year. I won last year, and I won this year. I'll be the first double champion and back-to-back champion. Guarantee it.
I think when Michael lost to Hunter in the first game of the season, it set the tone. And we all saw what happened to Hunter, so if Michael can't even beat him, then...
Charger fans, Austin Eckler injured on this play, running against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. As he's going out of bounds, you can see he goes down and then grabs at the back of his left leg there. They have brought the cart out for Austin Eckler. Well, the athletic trainers.
But yeah, he was pretty terrible all season. But could have been worse, couldn't it?
With Ryan season? Do I think he should be running the combine with the roster he had and the season he had? No. I think he got very, very unlucky. Some very close losses there. If 1 or 2 games, 1 or 2 plays go a different way, that man is at least middle of the pack, if not maybe a playoff contender.
No question, Adam. You're right.
All right, cheats territory. He's adding a nice, interesting wrinkle. Fuller on the catch, and he breaks free. Will Fuller will score.
Will Fuller, who ended up having been a steroid user, getting a 70-yard touchdown on a play that should have never happened because they were way behind on the play clock. But they got an extra 3 seconds apparently after the clock ran out. Play runs, gets the touchdown, and beats me, so it's fine.
Hunter kept the conversation going and the smack talk flowing. I think he did a great job seeing the season through. But yeah, he should be running the combine. It's no question.
At the fantasy draft this year, I thought I was stacked. I thought I was doing good with a Dak Prescott looking for a payday and Zeke getting one. Stephon Diggs, Aaron Jones, I'm feeling good.
13. Not going to keep it. Prescott breaks the tackle. Picks up a total of 9 more.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. You almost got to hope it's a cramp, don't you, if you're a Cowboy fan right there? But, oh, that does not look good, Jim. Oh, no.
And look at Gallup reacting and Dalton getting ready to go in.
Coming out of the draft, I thought Sam was one of the top contenders. With the backfield of Todd Gurley, Alvin Kamara, Tyreek Hill being there too. The guy was stacked.
I think Trago had one of the best seasons this league has seen. Alvin Kamara, Tyreek Hill on the same team, that's huge. He scored a lot of points. 1,901.38, don't forget those matter. That's a lot of points. I just don't think it was skill. If it was skill, he would have won. It was really unlucky that he also had the most points scored against, but we had 6 teams vying for playoffs at the end of the season, so unfortunately he didn't make it.
Sam Lamb's season. Well, a lot of you know I'm a big stats guy, and I think there was one stat that stuck out to me most about him, and in the league in general. There were 58 IR placements this year in our league. None of them came from Sam Lamb. So I think that, not getting hit by the injury bug had a really big effect on his scoring totals compared to everyone else, because everybody else was having COVID issues and having, to quote Fred earlier, it is a very ACL torn season.
Don't know who's going to break another leg or tear another ACL in the next few weeks. It's a very ACL torn season.
So I think that was something that hit a lot of people that didn't really seem to hit Trago. So I think in that regards he was really lucky, and I think that his draft he was pretty lucky. But he picked right. So what can you say?
Sarah, what is there to say? I think she's scamming all of us. I think she secretly knows exactly what she's doing and just pulls the I'm a girl, I don't know what sports are like, but secretly she just knows exactly what she's doing and has some secret formula or secret something that she just goes to and finds players and finds ways to win games consistently. She's got us all fooled. I think she is a legitimate contender, and everybody just looks at her, thinks she's a girl, and is like, nah, she's not going to do anything, but she is secretly the powerhouse of the league.
McNally's and Not Football Litter is a bit of a rivalry here in the home. I'll be the one that's focused on making the big plays or talking all about the game. She just won't be talking about it. And the next thing you know, she's out there winning. So, the times when we play against each other, it can get pretty competitive. But, McNally's Irish Pub, we bring it home.
Not football literate. I think that there is one cut and dry, clear, obvious explanation for how she is always, towards the top in playoff contention and just genuinely outplaying most of us. And I think really the only explanation is that she is a time traveler. I think that she obviously knows how, what's going to happen. Sees it happen, comes back, and then makes her pick. And so I don't really see any other possible scenario. But I think that she kind of started to tail off the end of this season because I think it would have been way too obvious if she had, made the playoffs again or just smoked us all again like last year. So I think that she honestly probably gave this season to us just to try to keep her cover, but I see what's going on.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck. This year, you're going to need it.
No.